The winds from the Atlantic seemed to have their own character. As night fell over Portugal, the breeze swept through the coastal air, almost as if it had a tale to share. Flags danced in the wind while street vendors clung tightly to their stalls. Outside the venue, just beyond the illuminated arches where Kendrick Lamar was about to perform, fans gathered closely, their jackets wrapped tightly around them, their voices rising above the gusts. "Oh, Kendrick Lamar!" This was more than just a chant. It felt like a heartbeat. The people of Portugal didn't just come for a concert, they came to fully experience it. This was Kendrick Lamar's grand national tour, an international journey that had already made waves in every city it visited. But in Lisbon, the atmosphere felt different. Perhaps it was the ocean, the wind, or the sight of thousands eagerly awaiting the Compton artist to unveil another layer of depth through his music. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. As the gates opened, excitement surged like a tidal wave. Inside, the stage was bathed in a stormy blue light. Massive LED screens displayed captivating visuals, rolling dice, flipping cards, and symbols representing both literal and metaphorical games. Kendrick has never relied on luck. He always plays the long game. And his outfit? Another highlight from the Grand National Collection. Layered textures in deep black, a sleeveless utility vest over a long-sleeved thermal, and his signature polished dice necklace hanging low. On his chest was a patch featuring a Joker card, not for humor, but for chaos. He stepped out slowly and deliberately, his eyes locked on the crowd as if assessing every person in the front rows. He didn't raise his hand or shout. The wind howled, and the audience filled the silence. The bass line of King Kunta crept in like a warning. "I got a bone to pick," and with that, Portugal erupted. Kendrick didn't need fireworks. The crowd was the fire. Every lyric was a spark, every ad-lib a cue. He moved with precision, his shoulders bouncing, footwork sharp, each movement perfectly in sync with the rhythm, as if he were dodging unseen foes. The Yok Yok YWK resonated so powerfully that even the seagulls fled the sky. The wind didn't stand a chance. This tour has transformed every city, yet one consistent element in Kendrick's artistry is the recurring motif of games, cards, dice, strategy. In Portugal, it felt as though he welcomed the audience into something remarkable, a high-stakes poker match between art and ego. The symbolism ran deep. The cards were not just designs but warnings, and the dice didn't just roll, they determined fate. He allowed the music to shine for a moment, delivering DNA with exacting precision. Each lyric hit hard, and every pause carried significance. When he rapped, "Loyalty got royalty inside my DNA," the crowd responded with thunderous enthusiasm. Flags waved from the upper tiers, with some fans in tears while others danced in the aisles. When Family Ties began, the stadium buzzed with energy. The beat was so powerful it felt like it could lift people off their feet. Kendrick delivered his verse passionately, changing the tempo, breaking the rhythm, and building tension. "I'm not a trending topic, I'm a prophet," he declared. The audience went wild. Mosh pits formed, and security began to navigate through the crowd. Yet Kendrick remained calm, like a monk amidst the frenzy. Then he shared, "Keep your head down and work like I do." It was a straightforward message, but from him, it resonated deeply like a sermon. As the stage lights dimmed, shadows stretched around him. The visuals shifted to black and white, slow-motion footage of cards flipping, burning, and disappearing, signaling that the light-hearted moments had passed. It was time for something deeper. That's when Humble erupted. No introduction, no warning, just a powerful blast of sound and light. "Sit down, be humble." Even in a linguistically diverse place like Portugal, the chorus needed no translation. Everyone sang along, danced, and embraced it. Kendrick moved across the stage with the poise of someone fully aware of the significance of his words. The line between artist and prophet blurred with each verse, leading them to a crescendo. "We gon' be all right." He didn't merely express it, he truly believed it. And the audience, they felt it deeply. They chanted it like a prayer, a shared affirmation. All Right was more than just a song. It was a message, a grounding force in the midst of chaos. The visuals behind him changed once more, this time to a street scene. An LA block with children jumping rope, a lowrider bouncing, and elders relaxing on porches. It felt like home. Kendrick brought Portugal to Compton and back. Then there was silence. No music. Just him. Just words. There's strength in knowing your roots, he stated. You can carry them with you wherever you go. He allowed that thought to sink in. Then the beat 4, Not Like Us, kicked in, and the stadium burst with a fresh energy. It wasn't just the song's renowned legacy that filled the atmosphere, it was the way he performed it. Controlled, confident, playful, and explosive. Each line felt intimate, every breath intentional. The choreography took on a neighborhood vibe, featuring a crip walk that had everyone, from the front rows to the back, trying their own versions. It didn't matter if you hailed from Long Beach or Lisbon. Not Like Us became a universal anthem. No borders, no translations, just rhythm and freedom. Cameras flashed as people hoisted each other onto their shoulders. A sign in the crowd read, "Portugal got Kendrick DNA." The wind picked up, becoming the only sound that could compete with the crowd's excitement. Amidst all the excitement, Kendrick found a moment of tranquility. Between money trees and "Bitch, don't kill my vibe," he paused at center stage, breathing heavily. His voice slowed and softened. "Have you ever felt like the world is trying to tear you apart piece by piece?" he asked, eliciting nods of agreement from the crowd. He acknowledged their feelings. "That's why I rap. That's why I tour. That's why I keep pushing forward." The following 20 minutes felt like a playlist from a different reality, filled with rare tracks, remixes, and unreleased snippets. Songs like "The Blacker the Berry," Untitled 07, "Feel," and even a portion of Duckworth flowed effortlessly as Kendrick explored each one thoughtfully. The audience in Portugal responded not just as spectators, but as a united choir. When the encore began, the stage underwent a transformation. The visuals became vibrant and neon. The dice returned, but this time they were cracked and broken, perhaps indicating that Kendrick no longer relies on luck. Every performance, every breath, every message was intentional. He concluded with "Mirror," a slow, poignant ballad about self-awareness and quiet victory. "I choose me. I'm sorry." The crowd responded in unison, as if sharing a secret. Then there was silence. No fireworks. No grand finale. Just Kendrick walking away into the breeze, his silhouette fading under the lights, with cards still scattered across the LED backdrop. No elaborate bow, just a man who communicated everything he intended to. As the audience poured out into the night, some still chanting, others reflecting on their thoughts, the discussion wasn't about the striking outfits, the flawless set list, or even the persistent wind. It was all about being present. Kendrick Lamar made the people of Portugal feel acknowledged. He linked his narrative to theirs, bringing a slice of Compton to Lisbon and creating a memorable impact. They would recall the outfits, the cards, the dice, the dance moves, and the chants. But what would stick with them the most? That emotion. It was as if something deeper than music had moved through them. And regardless of your background, when Kendrick declares, "We gon' be alright," it's impossible not to believe him. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.